It was lunchtime when Ms. Elmira Deeds waddled into Mr. Adolph's deli.
I would like a pickle, please,
she said.
Why, certainly,
said Mr. Adolph, wiping his hands. He unscrewed the lid on the giant pickle jar and looked inside. There was only one fat pickle left floating in the brine. Mr. Adolph tried to spear the pickle with a long fork. But each time he did, the pickle swam to the other side of the jar. This pickle did not want to be eaten. Mr. Adolph was rather embarrassed by this turn of events, and he began to dig around in a drawer for some tongs. As he was doing this, the pickle climbed out of the jar on his little green legs, darted across the counter, and ran out the door.
Eek!
Said Ms. Elmira Deeds.
Pickle!
No one had ever seen a pickle move quite so fast.
stop that pickle!
Shouted Mr. Adolph, giving chase. Down the street ran the pickle. Mr. Adolph quickly pooped out and had to sit down on the curb. Reclining on a nearby plate, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich heard the alarm and leapt up. Everyone knows that a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is not the fastest sandwich in the world. But it does have great endurance. That means it can run for a long time without getting tired. The sandwich chugged after the pickle.
Stop that pickle!
It shouted. As the pickle and the peanut butter and jelly sandwich passed a bake shop, a fat braided pretzel climbed down from the counter and stumbled into the street. It ran a few steps behind the peanut butter sandwich, scattering sesame seeds as it went.
Stop that pickle!
Cried the pretzel. Enjoying the sun on a nearby tree, a lovely green pippin apple heard the pretzel's cry and shook itself loose to join the chase. It rolled down every hill it could. A crowd of toasted almonds, 17 of them, came skittering down the street. Where they came from is anybody's guess.
Stop that pickle!
They peep with their little almond voices. A scurrying crowd of raisins and a cake donut came right behind. The last to join the parade were a cool bottle of grape juice and an elegant vanilla ice cream cone sprinkled with chocolate. They all had just one thing to say.
Stop that pickle!
But the pickle was too fast for them all. He had a great time zigging and zagging and thumbing his green pickle nose at his pursuers. Sometimes he would stop and read a newspaper to give them a chance to catch up. They were the slowest food he'd ever seen. On and on went the chase. It seemed that it would never end when, woof! Rounding a corner, the pickle collided with a young boy.
There's the pickle!
Stunned, the pickle lay there. The collision had knocked the wind out of him. Quickly, all of his pursuers gathered around.
You've caught the pickle!
They all cried to the boy.
What should I do with him?
He asked.
Why, eat him, of course!
They shouted. They were all a bit beside themselves.
He's just a silly pickle!
Now, it just so happened that the boy had been playing hard all morning long and somehow had misplaced his lunchbox. He was terribly hungry. He looked at the pickle, who immediately began to cry big briny tears. The boy had a better idea. He ate the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, the fat braided pretzel, the lovely green pippin apple, the 17 toasted almonds, the handful of raisins, the cake donut, and drank the bottle of grape juice. Finally, he polished off the ice cream cone. The only thing left was the pickle. The boy looked at the pickle and shook his head.
Whoever heard of eating a pickle after ice cream?